What's good, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you the best method you can use to solve order of operation problems correctly. Just remember that PEMDAS is just an acronym we use, and these rules are going to help us to solve correctly. So when we start off with parentheses, right, we know that if there's more than one parentheses, we'll work on the innermost. And before we can worry about what's outside the parentheses, we have to solve everything inside. So we have 6 squared minus, and then we have 11 plus 3 times the answer of 2 plus 4, which is 6. So at this step, I start over again with my acronym PEMDAS. Still have more parentheses. So in the parentheses, we have addition, we have multiplication. We know multiplication comes first. So now I have 11 plus 18 after multiplying, and then we just rewrite the rest of the problem. Now at this step, we still have parentheses. We haven't even gotten to exponents. Okay, so now we have 6 squared minus 11 plus 18, which is 29, plus 2 to the third power. Now at this step, we started our acronym again, and doing this is going to make it so much more easier and make you get more answers correct. No parentheses, but we have exponents. 6 squared is 36, minus 29, that stays the same. 2 to the third is 8, right? Now, order of operations always tells us, hey, we need to add and subtract. If they're both in the problem, we need to do it from left to right. So we come here, and after we subtract, let me make sure I get this right. This is going to be 7, I believe. So we have 7, bring down the rest of our problem, plus 8. Our final answer now is going to be 15, and I know that's correct. Now, problem number 2. Let's say we use the same strategy and we use the acronym PEMDAS at every step. So same thing occurs. Before we can worry about what's outside of parentheses, we have to solve what's inside. So we have 7, 3 squared minus 2 times 1 plus 2. So I'm starting off with the innermost parentheses before I can work outside and finish off the bracket. So this is 3, close it, and write the rest of the problem. So now at this step, I have parentheses still, and inside the parentheses it says, hey, next thing is exponents. So I'm going to take care of the exponent in here. 3 squared is 9. Rewrite the rest of the problem, and this is where we're at. Now we start over again. Hey, parentheses, we have them. So what we're going to do first is 2 times 3, which is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. So we have 7. Inside my brackets is 3. And we rewrite the rest of the problem. Now at this step, parentheses, we do have. Even though we saw that we could act like these are parentheses, but let's say this is multiplication because that's what it is. Now we go over and we understand we have exponents. So I'm only going to take care of my exponent. Now at this step, no parentheses, no exponent, but what we have is multiplication. This also serves as multiplication, right? And if division is also there, we do multiplication first if it comes first from left to right. So because we're looking at it like this, have to multiply first because that operation comes before this when we're looking at it from left to right. So 21 divided by 7 plus 25. Go to division next because no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication, right? We're at division. We get 3, bring down the rest of our problem, and our final answer should be 28. Now we're going to go over and look at 2 more examples for this topic. In these last 2 examples now, guys, we're going to use the same strategy of going through the acronym PEMDAS at every step. So when we look here, we have parentheses, right? So if I take care of my parentheses, we're going to have 3 squared, which is 9. 9 minus 1 gives me 8. And I'm going to rewrite the rest of my problem. Now at this step, no parentheses, no exponents, but I do have multiplication. And I have to take care of multiplication before I do any subtraction and addition. So now we have 12 minus 30 plus 8. Go through our acronym again, but we know no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication or division. just addition and subtraction, and we know we're going to solve it from left to right. So 12 minus 30 is negative 18. Bring down the rest of the problem plus 8. Once we combine and do this last step, we're going to get an answer of negative 10. And then in our last example for today, I really like this problem because there's something interesting that happens. So we have two parentheses, right? So 4 plus 5 gives me 9. We rewrite the rest of the problem, and then I take care of this parentheses. So 2 squared gives me 4. 4 minus 1 gives me 3. Now with this step here, guys, this is the interesting part. We have division, and we also have multiplication. And remember, even though in the acronym PEMDAS, the M comes before the D, remember that when they're both present, we do it from left to right. So in this problem, we are going to divide first. So now I have 9 divided by 3, which gives me 3. I bring down the rest of the problem. And now, when we're repeating our acronym, no parentheses, no exponents, do have multiplication. 3 times 2 gives me 6. Bring down the rest of the problem, and our final answer would be 9. So when you're working with order of operations, guys, I really hope this strategy was helpful. Repeat the steps at not repeat the steps, repeat the acronym at every steps and take care of one operation at a time. And I promise you guys, you will rarely ever get your order of operation problems wrong. Thank you guys so much for joining us today with Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters. Smash the like button for us, subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for joining us today.